Sleep. Sometimes blur it in your Jeep so your peeps can stare at the rhymes. Real rhymes, not your everyday hologram. Even when ribs is touching, never swallow the ham.
Yo, what's good? I'm not gonna lie, I'm gassed today because we're gonna chat. We're in the car, and I'm using the Blackmagic iOS camera app, yeah, because previously I was using the Pro Movie app on iOS. I'm giving it away now, but no gatekeeping in it. And that allowed me to basically use the DJI mic to record with. Anyway, but I'm so impressed with this Blackmagic app because it allows for you to like flip the camera while you're recording, allegedly. Let me just satisfy. Yeah, it's bad. And you can also like zoom in and out while you're recording on the front camera. What? Yeah, this app is goated. There's so many settings, I'm even overwhelmed. But anyway, yo, hope you're blessed. A minute into the video. Today we're going to talk to you about dash cams, yeah? You can even see in the back just here. So I'm going to talk to you about my experience. Obviously when it comes to getting your dash cam, first thing I done, went on YouTube, looked online, and I saw some really good reviews, some in-depth reviews um, about the Garmin brand, and I was like, all right, cool. And there's a couple things that made me go for these. So with regards to the dash cams we're going to talk about today, I've got the dash cam, the Garmin dash cam. It's called the X310, and I've also got the Garmin dash cam Mini 3. Um, the X310 I use in the front, and the Mini 3 I use in the back. So it's got your microphone button, SD card. It's very, very small. You can see the size in comparison. Again, hella dry hands. USB-C and a little mounting clip. That mounting clip though, you can move it around. It's like a ball joint there. It's a very, very small. Yeah, the Mini 3 is really small. Like, so it's a minimal design. Again, uh, aesthetics and the actual look and feel of it was part of the purchasing decision. It is 1080p in quality, but it's clear. Again, outstanding build quality. The reviews I was looking at in the US, I've got to put a link to it because he does go into good depth. But he mentioned that I think he was based in Texas, and like when you get extreme weather, like it's really really hot, um, or really really cold, you know the devices still operate really well. But one of the reasons that I went for the Garmin is because it has a built-in battery, meaning if the car gets knocked whilst it's parked, which has happened unfortunately, we've experienced that a couple times, then the dash cam can turn on with its own internal battery and record a short clip. That's all I needed to do, yeah? So, um, and the reason that these cameras in particular, that was a selling point for me is because I didn't want to hardwire the dash cam to the battery of the car. So it just plugs into your normal cigarette lighter. Both of these are USB-C. And I decided to pair up these two in particular because they can both run on the one Garmin app as well on your phone, right? Now everyone has spoken about when it comes to viewing back footage on your dash cam on your phone, it's almost pointless because it uses Wi-Fi direct and it takes a very long time for the interface to load the footage for you to watch back. By the time you've done that, it's quicker for you to just go and physically take the SD card out, plug it in the computer, and download or rewatch the footage back. And that's been true. So yeah, I wasn't really sold on the idea of trying to use the app very often. But again, all that being said, because the X310, the dashcam I've got in the front of the car has a built-in battery, you can, if you really wanted to, you could have a live view and view your dashcam whilst you're out and about. So if you've left it in a car park somewhere or in a dodgy place and you just want to keep an eye on it or check something, you have the ability to do that via the app, even when your car's off entirely, right? Now, albeit the battery in there lasts probably just enough for it to take a 10 to 15 second clip and then the battery will die. But that's all that's needed in this instance. Like, don't forget, if someone knocks your car and you just need it to capture the footage, That's all it needs to do. So that's fine. They're very expensive. The X310 I think retails at £350. Again, I got it on a seasonal sale like from Halfords for what I think 250. I know it's not cheap, but it's held up, and it's one of these ones I didn't want to. I've had experiences of getting a cheap dash cam or going on Amazon, and you can, if you just need it to record footage, like a dash cam doesn't need to be complicated. You can definitely do that, but when it's falling down while you're driving or it's just clunky or you know what I mean, I didn't want to deal with none of that. I put these things up once and I haven't had to tamper with them so far. Touch wood, innit? Um, so right, if we dive into the front camera, the X310, I'll show it to you. I never really understood the purpose of having a screen on a dash cam until when it came to actually setting it up and getting it in the right position so that you can see exactly what the dash cam is picking up. That's the useful part of it. Um, it's got a few other features on there, such as like location built in to the dash cam, so it can pick up. It picks up what speed, like the speed limits on the roads as well here in the UK. So that's useful. So if you're going over the speed limit, it will like give you it will sound, it will chime and say, oh yeah, you're going over the speed limit or whatever. It can detect speed as well. So it's got another few things on there. It's touchscreen. So again, you can just turn these settings on and off if it's annoying, which is good. But let me show you the front one. Let's use this camera and see what we can do with it. Where are we? Yeah, so this is the front one. You cannot see the screen, but yeah, again, very small. It's actually really nice, like the design of it as well. So yeah, it does jobs. SD card goes in the bottom there, and USB-C there, and that's it. So it's pretty minimal. Doesn't take up much space on the dash. It's actually hidden quite nicely behind the rear view mirror, so it doesn't obstruct anything. Um, yeah, I'm really happy with it. I think one of the best features for me, as I say, is that built-in battery. Um, yeah, the build quality is solid. You can get different mounts for it as well. So if the mount does like wear over time, you can just swap that out. I managed to get a spare mount on Amazon for like £8. So that was decent. One thing I wanted to talk about though as well, my experience with the app. Yeah, so you could pay a subscription. I think it's like £10 a month, and that allows for when if you've left the car idle and it records a clip. Of course, it will record the clip directly to the SD card, but then it can also record the clip and save it to an online cloud storage, which they call the Vault. Both the rear and the front camera has the ability to do that, but they charge you the premium for that feature to view it back or to store it in the cloud storage, right? £10 a month. But in order for that to work, um, the cameras need to be connected to Wi-Fi to upload it to the cloud. So if you have a drive where your car's literally parked outside your house and it's within Wi-Fi range, happy days. But again, if you've got a drive, I don't know if people are going to be bumping into your car or unless it's capturing someone trying to jack it or whatever. Yeah, but okay, cool. If you don't have a drive and your car is parked not directly outside your house or outside of Wi-Fi range, that presents you with a challenge. And the challenge in my case is that exact thing. So thankfully, um, the car does have the ability to do personal hotspot. I haven't set that up yet though. So the dash cams aren't always connected to Wi-Fi, so it's not gonna upload the footage to the vault. But again, practically speaking, if you come back to your car and you can see that there's damage, then the first thing you do is just plug the SD card into the computer and check it. So it's one of those ones, isn't it? It's a nice to have as opposed to a need to have. But again, depending on your situation, if you live in a dodgy area, you need to just check things or whatever, then having the ability to check it from your phone, or if you're away or whatever, um, is a bonus. So yeah, if you are someone that either one has a drive or two has constant Wi-Fi from your car that you can hook up the dash cams to, then great. I think Garmin also have dash cams that actually have the option to put a SIM card into so that you can specifically do live view via mobile data on the dash cam by itself, right? Um, I think those are older models, so you could check that as well. But yeah, man, the Mini 3 at the back, it doesn't have a screen. It's just got a microphone button and a SD card in there. Um, so you can choose to mute it so it doesn't pick up audio and stuff like that. So that is good. As I say, yeah, just because it's 1080p in the back, it does the job. I wasn't prepared to spend another £350 on the X310 and put it in the back, innit? The retail price for the what do you call it, Garmin Mini 3, I think it retails at about, I want to say maybe 150, give or take. Again, seasonal sales. I picked this one up from CEX for £100, and I'm sure I saw it available online for like £99 as well. So again, not cheap, but good for the price. The fact that it connects to the mobile app is a bonus. So yeah, and then if you're gonna get two of them, then they can both hook up to the one iOS app as well. So yeah, man, its software features, its capability for me was sort of top tier. When I was looking at the competition, most of the dash cams are just bulky and ugly, bruv. They might have been able to do similar things, but I think I found that they didn't have built-in GPS. Um, the hardware wasn't that great. So yeah, I also wanted to fit these myself. Just plug the USB-C cable into the cigarette lighter at the front of the car and at the rear. Didn't have to pay anyone to get that done. So yeah, for me, that was pretty important. Um, yeah, I'd 100% recommend these dash cams. They're very good. They're expensive. It's difficult to justify, but they talk about protecting your asset, right? So for what it's worth, I'm happy with it. Anyway, it's a 12-minute video, but I'm gonna wrap it up here. I'll put the link to both of these products in the description below. To be honest, there's a lot of dash cams that they have in their lineup, so check out what's right for you. They've got some of them that are like 2K rather than 4K, 1080p, etc. So those will be a bit cheaper. Yeah, man. Bless. Have a sick week.